Let's recap together on the second day of the two-day Privy Council hearing of the Vybz Kartel appeal situation and see what is to expect from here on. If you enjoy being informed, make sure to stay updated by subscribing for more content like this. With that in mind, let's get started. The two-day Privy Council hearing of the Vybz Kartel appeal ended on Thursday, February 15th, in London. Thursday's hearing focused again on the jury issues. It became clear on Wednesday that this is the primary concern of the judges and will likely be the main issue influencing their decision. The questions are whether the juror who had tried to bribe the forewoman should have been discharged from the jury, as the attempted bribery could have biased the jury against the defendants, as well as whether the jury being sent to retire to decide on their verdict about 20 minutes before the usual end of the court day was too late in the day and put pressure on them to reach a verdict. British King's Counsel Peter Knox, representing the government, argued Thursday that the trial judge had a discretion to send the jury to retire at any time. He said the trial judge gave directions to the jury that would have addressed any possible bias on their part, and that juries must be trusted to do their jobs. He said in any case, the evidence was so strong that the risk of bias was not an issue, and that the verdict was fair. He argued that if the court disagreed, the case should be sent back to the Jamaican Court of Appeal for them to decide if there should be a retrial. In response, British King's Counsel Hugh Southey for the appellants said the trial judge's directions to the jury were not adequate. He said where one juror had already been let go and another had tried bribery, the jury's verdict could not be valid. He suggested if bribery creates a problem for the Jamaican justice system, the solution is to amend the law as the British have done, so a case can continue with the judge alone. He argued that a new trial should not be ordered since Kartel's high profile, and the length of time since the first trial would mean a fair trial is no longer possible. The Privy Council is expected to rule in 3 to 4 months. Kartel, whose given name is Adidja Palmer, and 3 others were convicted on March 13, 2014 for the ending of Clive Lizard Williams. The other convicts are Sean Storm Campbell, Kahira Jones, and Andre Madsa St. John. So to summarize, the two-day Privy Council hearing of the Vybz Kartel appeal concluded in London with a focus on jury issues. The main concerns revolved around whether the attempted bribery of the forewoman by a juror should have led to that juror's dismissal and whether sending the jury to retire 20 minutes before the usual end of the court day pressured them into reaching a verdict. British King's Counsel Peter Knox, representing the government, argued that the trial judge had the discretion to send the jury to retire at any time and that the evidence was so strong that any risk of bias was not an issue. He suggested that if the court disagreed, the case should be sent back to the Jamaican Court of Appeal for them to decide if there should be a retrial. On the other hand, British King's Counsel Hugh Southey for the appellants argued that the trial judge's directions to the jury were inadequate, especially given the jury issues that had already arisen. He suggested that if bribery is a problem for the Jamaican justice system, the solution is to amend the law as the British have done, so a case can continue with the judge alone. Southey also argued against ordering a new trial, citing Kartel's high profile and the length of time since the first trial, which he believed would mean a fair trial is no longer possible. The Privy Council is expected to rule on the appeal in 3 to 4 months. Kartel, along with Sean Storm Campbell, Kahira Jones, and Andre Madsa St. John, was convicted on March 13, 2014 for the ending of Clive Lizard Williams. For viewers interested in this case, the follow-up videos will provide the Privy Council's decision and discuss the potential implications for the Jamaican justice system and all related matters. So subscribe to be in the loop. I'd like to invite all of you to share your thoughts and comments on this case. Your perspective is incredibly valuable, and I'd love to hear what you think about the issues raised in this video. Your comments could also spark ideas for future videos, so don't hesitate to share your thoughts. Thanks again for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next update. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.